So I'm going to make, or I guess I have started making, uh, cinnamon rolls uh, as requested by my wife. I'm using this Boston Cooking School Cookbook by Fannie Farmer. Later editions are just called the Fannie Farmer Cookbook. Um, but this was published in 1937. This is the 6th edition. And so what I'm going to do are these cinnamon rolls. Well, I guess some variation of these cinnamon rolls. And it says to use the dough from the standard rolls, and then you roll it out, spread on with softened butter. I might have, softened it too much. And roll up like a chili roll. But for the cinnamon rolls, you're going to do a half cup of sugar with 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. As this is a treat for my wife, she has requested I double the sugar and cinnamon for this, and to cut them so that they are giant rolls. They are monster size cinnamon rolls. But the standard rolls, and I'm going to follow pretty close to this, and you'll note it has some notations from the previous owner of this book. But it calls for 2 cups of scalded milk, 3 tablespoons of butter, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 yeast cake dissolved in lukewarm water. I will concede I just dissolved it into the milk after it had reached lukewarm. And 6 cups of flour. I used a bread flour. And then you can add 1 or 2 egg whites or 1 or 2 whole eggs. I went with the whole eggs. It's for richer rolls. And you can also add more butter. Well, I didn't do that. But basically you melt the butter and add the sugar and salt to the milk while it's warm. And then here it says when lukewarm, add dissolved yeast cake and 3 cups of flour. Like I said, I skipped the whole lukewarm water part and just dissolved it into the milk mixture. I'm glad I did, because after adding 2 whole eggs, it was kind of moist and I had to add a little bit more flour. This makes a beautiful soft dough, as you will see. But basically it has you add about half the flour and then beat thoroughly and cover until it rises with light. Then you add the egg and enough flour to knead. I did have to kind of finish mixing this by hand because it overflowed my KitchenAid. And then let rise till double in bulk, which happened very quickly considering it used the equivalent of 3 packages of yeast. And let rise until double, and then turn out onto the cloth board and shape. I, of course, went with the cinnamon rolls, as you will see. I do like how they spell cookie in these old ones, the C-O-O-K-Y instead of the I-E.
So instead of regular milk, I use powdered because I don't keep a lot of that stuff around the house. I added the sugar and salt, and I had warmed the milk in the microwave instead of like scalding it on the stovetop, and mixed in the butter until it was melted. And then I put that in the mixing bowl and waited for it to come back down to lukewarm, and added the yeast, which by the way called for a full cake, so I did the equivalent of 3 packets, which was like 6 3/4 teaspoons of yeast. And then after it dissolved in there, I added the flour. I did it just a little bit at a time because I find that actually helps it mix a little better. But at this point, we did about half the flour. I did not measure exactly. And I would just mix, and add a little bit more until I would reached, an appropriate kind of consistency. Like I said, about half the flour that I'd sifted, which was 6 cups. And then I let it sit for a bit until it was kind of fluffy. You see that little bit foamy texture. And then I added the eggs, and I went with 2 whole eggs. My eggs are kind of small since they are backyard chicken eggs, and we don't have like consistent sizes on what I get from my friend. And I'm going to say at this point, the original recipe did not make allowances for the extra liquid that going with the option of using the egg provided. So I did end up having to use a little bit more than these 6 cups of flour. But here I am starting to add in the remaining flour, just a spoonful or 2 at a time, and mixing it in. And I just keep doing this until it gets to the texture of a soft dough. I said I had a couple more tablespoons full beyond that, but you can see it is starting to overflow my mixer. Yeah, it's like climbing up the bread hook. So I finished off adding the flour on my board as I was kneading it. I'm going to say this dough is so soft and so lovely to work with. This is not one that's going to strain your hands, because sometimes you're working with the doughs and they can be kind of firm and after a while hurt. Yeah, I rolled it out. I'm going to say if I did this again, I would divide the dough and then roll it out. Fortunately, this time my wife had specifically asked for very large cinnamon rolls. So me doing it all in one lump was cumbersome, but met the request. It also said to use softened butter. I didn't think I had to actually put the butter out because I didn't think it was going to double in its rise so quickly. So I kind of slightly melted it in the microwave. It's got a nice little creaminess to it going, so I'm not too concerned. I also doubled the cinnamon and sugar that goes into this per my wife's request. So instead of a half a cup of sugar, I did a full cup and 4 teaspoons of cinnamon. And even after this, and you're going to see how much this really makes as you're seeing this cook, my wife still wanted more cinnamon sugar mixture in there. Because the next time I'll probably divide the dough in half and then make it. Because, yeah, this is crazy. And even rolling it along the long side, so I had like the short side, by the time it rolls out onto there, it is so long that it is like the length of my board, which you will see as I turn it. Yeah, this was cumbersome. I'm just gonna say, really should have divided that in half. I know I've said it repeatedly already, but that's something I need to remember for going forward on this. And I ended up borrowing or getting some thread from my mother-in-law because I didn't have any to cut this. Yeah, I just kind of pinched the sides and tried to roll it nice and firm. And then grabbed the thread and started wrapping it around. And these made absolutely monster rolls. Of course, this first one's kind of small. And you can see I've left like the thread on the spool, and then when I was done, I cut off the part that I'd used, and that went in the trash. Promise we're not going to reuse this thread for anything else, but having it on the spool did make it easier to kind of hold on to. And it's kind of almost like a fishing line type of thread. But you can see how big they are. I took the excess butter that was still like in the measuring cup and put it on there, mainly because I didn't want the saran wrap to stick. And I did also spray the saran wrap with some spray oil. And I stuck that in the fridge overnight. And the next morning, this is what it looks like. I set it out to rise a little bit. I probably could have let it sit longer, but I was impatient. I really wanted cinnamon roll. And this thing goes into the oven for 12 minutes. And while it's in the oven, I make icing. Not part of the original recipe, but once again, a request by my wife. So I just, I took, I think it was about a cup of powdered sugar and a splash of vanilla extract and a little bit of water. And I used my little gumbo whisk there, or my roux whisk, because, well, that was convenient. And you can see it kind of makes a kind of a cream colored icing. Not that you can tell once it gets put onto the cinnamon rolls. But I'm going for a particular consistency. It was a little thick. It's going to thicken up also a little bit as it sits there, because it ended up sitting for about another 10-20 minutes before I use it. And when I go to open the oven, you can see that all that sugar is just, and butter is just bubbling up between the cinnamon rolls and in between the creases. It's a lot of sugar and butter in this thing. For the butter that I put on the thing, I used like an entire stick of butter. And I let it cool for a little while, and then I started to drizzle on the icing until it was all gone. And this is what it looked like. If you're enjoying these videos, please like and subscribe. And thank you for watching.